Scientifically known as Gonimbrasia bellina, commonly known as Mopane worms, they are a species of the emperor moth which is native to the warmer parts of southern Africa. The Mopane worm is basically a large edible caterpillar, and some of its common names are Madora, Amacimbi, and Mashonja. This insect feeds primarily but not exclusively on the Mopane tree leaves, hence its name Mopane worm. Welcome to the Database TV. In this video, you will see the process taken after the Mopane worms have been picked from the Mopane tree until they are ready to be cooked. Don't forget to like, hit the notification bell and subscribe. The Mopane worms in the video were picked from Mopane trees in the northern part of the Limpopo province. The preferable time to pick the worms is between 4 to 6 a.m. before it gets very hot. Immediately after picking the worms, the preparation process begins. Add water in the bucket in which you used to collect the worms to keep them fresh. The first step is to squeeze the guts out of the caterpillars. The worms have spikes that can easily pierce your fingers, and the guts of the worm have a dark dye that can dye your hands and possibly damage your clothes. When squeezing the guts out of the caterpillars, be careful not to remove all the fat inside the worms. If the guts are not removed properly, the Mopane worms will have a bitter taste. The removed internal organs make great manure for your gardens. The next step is to wash the worms to try and ensure that the dirt on the skin is at least removed. The next step is to boil the worms. This is the first step in preserving, since the Mopane worms will be reserved to be eaten all year round, or at least at a later stage. When dried up, the Mopane worms can be packaged and sold or stored for future use. When cooked, they can be served with porridge, which is also known as bushra in the Venda language, and different kinds of relish such as mustard spinach, which is also known as muchayeni. They can also be cooked with crushed nuts to make a meal called dobi. The Mopane worms are high in healthy nutrients and contains at least 3 times the amount of protein as beef. Don't forget to like, hit the notification bell and subscribe.